adorable, I have to say.
I would agree. This is, I believe, Twisted Labs' second appearance here in the top 16. Last time was in as a 16 seed, dropped 0-2 to Savage Octagon, who will be in the booth again with us tomorrow. But as it stands now, it is one of Canada's better players against one of Japan's best players. As we get started here, Twisted getting a little risky there with that blue, but a good recovery to get the garbage out and some viruses.
For sure. And the virus count is very close, and Twisted Labs has a bunch of combos set up just waiting to fire when he gets the right pills. So he's actually in the virus lead at the moment. Of course, Frank also has his own combos set up and firing those off. So it's become a very close game here, just 2 viruses between our 2 players.
And Frank is just so very good at coming up with just insane combos on the fly. Really great at managing his board, as he was potentially setting up there to reduce some drop from those yellows, but got the correct pill going next. So he just needs a couple of 2 reds now, and he will be out here. It looks like he'll be getting out at right around a minute 30, but Twisted Labs keeping a fight here, getting that horizontal clear and just needing a little bit more help on the yellow side. But 92nd, level 6 here for Frank. He's on to level 7.
Very solid time for sure. And looks like he's going to be doing a bunch of tucks. This is one thing that Frank is very good at, I would say. He has incredible maneuvering skills, and we just see all the time, almost every play is got some complicated thing going on. Meanwhile, Twisted Labs beginning his level 7 and gonna get a very nice horizontal clear to efficiently eliminate a bunch of red from his board.
It was a great top line management move there, trying to open up a hole, and it looks like he has done that. Meanwhile, Frank down to 13 viruses. Twisted Labs just trying to continue the climb there down to the bottom. A good setup here, a lot of double opportunities for Twisted Labs. You like seeing those. Meanwhile, on Frank's side, Dimwit, he's down to 6 here, and this end game's looking pretty clear.
Definitely some nice setups for Frank here. Just needs a little bit more red to finish off his level. But Twisted Labs keeping it close, just a 6 virus differential, and there's a little bit of trash in column 6 there, but there are opportunities to simply ignore that trash and make clears anyway. Looks like he's going to be shooting for that kind of play, and I think that's a really smart move.
It is a very smart move here, looking to just get that last setup there and keeping pill combinations open. Good call, shifting that blue to the right side, watching that next pill, knowing he could only clear the red on the next. Really well down there out at a 332, but Frank very much far ahead here. Actually had a better time on 7 than he did 6.
Wow. A very nice T clear there from Frank as he waited for a double blue to finish off that combo. He's made a little bit of a trash column in column 6 and taking care of that straight away and working on clearing the right-hand side of his board. That's going to be the biggest barrier for him to finishing this level, I would say.
It definitely would be. That left side's got to get worked on. Meanwhile, Frank here has 8 viruses to go. Now with that combo down to 6. No yellow to speak of. Going to have to be smart with whatever pill fragments he gets. Blue red's very, very critical. But it looks like these double reds are going to help. And it's just now 3 viruses. Frank could choose to clear horizontally on that blue. Let's see what he does. No, he's going to go for that vertical clear out at a 437. Frank going at a blistering pace here, going into 9.
Really solid timing. Meanwhile, Twisted Labs getting some great stuff done towards the bottom of his board as he is working hard to avoid making trash while he does these clears. He has a little bit of a serial clear thing going on to the right of his board, but he's going to get some nice, efficient horizontal clears on the blue at the bottom, and that opens up his yellow very nicely.
It was a very smart play there. He knew he had the better horizontal play than the vertical play. A little bit stuck with that the double red combination. Getting smart though, just trying to set up that blue combo. One yellow and out at a 527 here. It's about half a level between these players, but Twisted Labs could play a very strong 9 here and come back.
For sure. One of the things I'm noticing about the way that Frank is playing his pills is he really likes to take clears early and will sometimes even choose to sacrifice efficiency if that means he gets things off the board. I think that's a very interesting strategy. The thing that's nice about that is when you have more options of where to play your pills, it's easier to get a really great place to play them. And he will be showing us a pretty good time here, just finishing off the last few blue viruses at the bottom of his board. And he'll be out at a 618. Great time.
Great time. Great time for most people, but for Frank, that's actually an above average time. Or in this case, yeah, an above average time with the average of 6:15, but still a very good play there by Frank. He is going to take game one here. Twisted Labs putting up a good fight here. And we're seeing a lot of really good potential here, some really smart plays. And even with misdrops or garbage management, we've been seeing some strong play from Twisted Labs.
Definitely, definitely.
I think Twisted Labs looking to just run this one out here. Cheer him on in chat.
Looks like has an opportunity for some horizontal play on the blue, but decided that simpler is better, and that's often really correct. If you can make your decisions quicker, you can finish quicker.
And he pops in at a 723, which actually is I believe, a PB for him in levels 6 to 9. So congratulations there.
Oh, that's great.
It's also worth noting this is Twisted Labs' 4th month, and he's gone from starting at a 1517 to a 1615, which means he finished his qualifier on level 16 with 15 viruses to go. So, a jump of 70 viruses, and started in the top 16. Then in May was in the silver, and now back into the top 16. So we're seeing some real nice improvement from Twisted Labs, and I think that's going to continue.
Yeah, that's awesome. 70 viruses over the course of a qualifier is more than 2 viruses per minute extra. So quite an impressive improvement.
Looks like we've got readies and a pills. So here we go. Tale of two different boards here. Frank's going to have to do some interesting clearing. A lot of yellow dominating that top line. Meanwhile, Twisted has had a wide open column 5. So this is going to give him opportunities early to try and clear viruses underneath.
Yeah, I really liked Twisted's starting board. There were a ton of things lined up, and Frank's not so much. As you were saying, things are a little bit awkwardly placed for him.
He is making things work here. You see, trying to maintain it, and from all looks of it, is a squeaky clean board. Uh, just getting some reds off the board and looking like he is going to set up for a combo here. And you see he's pre-planning his other opportunities for himself before he pulls the trigger on something. Just so he's sure he's making the right play. And now you see Frank setting up here, also setting up a catch here for that pill fragment. He's deciding he's just going to clear and let the pill fragment drop. And again, not taking the clear, instead opting to cut the drop time. That's going to save about half a second. And you don't think that's a lot, but when you are at the level where Frank is, a half a second is quite a long time. So every little bit of shaving of time helps. Uh, and as we see, Twisted Labs here down to 3 viruses. Look like he's going to get out before a minute 45's up.
Twisted is doing a really great job of being efficient with his blue. The end of his level, there was just a billion more blue than any other color, and despite that, it didn't end up clearing very much later than the other colors that he had. So that's a good sign. Meanwhile, his yellow is tough to get at the moment.
And he's taking a garbage play there to get that virus. He had the double yellow before he could have tucked in, and I don't think he saw it until it was far too late. And sometimes that happens. You're thinking about what to do with the next pill, or with the current pill without seeing what that next pill is, and sometimes that can haunt you.
Yep. And he's in a tough spot at the moment as well because he just has red viruses everywhere, and it leaves you almost no choices when all of your viruses are the same color like that. But he is going to get a very nice, efficient horizontal clear for 4 red viruses. Looks like at least he's setting up for that. And then the red that he had started lining up for a vertical clear will fall down onto other red, so it also becomes useful. Very nice play from Twisted Labs.
And we saw Frank get out of 7 with 2 minutes and 49 seconds elapsed on his timer. A really good pace there. If you're averaging under 90 seconds a level, that's a fantastic pace. We see a drop combo there. Frank down to 25. Meanwhile, Twisted here looking to, I think, maybe clear this yellow or this red in column 4 and just drop a bunch of things down for a chain here. I like how he's extending things out to reach out and get more clears. It does leave him that bit of a pit that he's left that blue virus in, but had 3 stacked on either side, so he could have managed it either way. And it looks like he's going to go horizontal out at a 342, and a pretty good pace here so far for Twisted.
Yeah, it's looking good. About 20 viruses behind. Meanwhile, Frank dealing with the little bit of end game on his board, and looking like blue is going to be sort of an issue for him as he comes close to the end here.
And you see Frank making that decision to clear those blues vertically by stacking that yellow and red on top. He's just looking to get the clears wherever he can, and always clearing 2 for the price of 1 is great. And we're going to see Frank here be out at a 425. So again, still an under 90 second average per stage. We're seeing Frank fly through this. Twisted Labs 23 to go on level 8.
Twisted Labs is doing some interesting stuff to manage garbage at the top of his board. He didn't really have access to certain colors of viruses, and that ended up costing him a little bit because he made a little bit of garbage of that color, but then lost access to another color and sort of had to trade off between this and that for a couple rounds before he could get all of that garbage cleared away. So that's cost him a little bit of time. He is coming close to the bottom of his board, but on the left of his board, he's got quite a pile to work through. I suppose he's planning to do things mostly horizontally over there, but he is going to have to build some towers to make that happen easily.
Absolutely, and he could also. It looks like he's trying to decide whether he wants to build the towers or grind the existing ones down. But it looks like he's got everything set up horizontally that he needs there. So just a couple of yellows. He's just looking to not get lapped here as Frank down to his final 10 viruses. And that's just how it goes sometimes. But I can't say this enough. We've seen some really, really good play from Twisted here. And sometimes you just get into these terrible RNG situations or one play cascades into just a whole bunch more. But we're seeing some really, really good work here from Twisted. As Frank is going to be out at a 610. He takes the match, goes to round 2. He'll be facing the winner of Adelito and John Dat Flindo, which we'll see tomorrow.